delighted to be here with you to share a few thoughts on what is possibly one of the most striking innovations that we've been able to bring to the national as well as international table in recent years, which is digital public infrastructure. This is a major break in approach from the Western model of digital infrastructure, where this is almost exclusively in the private domain, owned by companies and corporations. And in India, we have flipped this paradigm completely on its head by positing at the very outset that digital infrastructure can be and should be a public good, off of which the private sector can innovate and build on top, and then take this forward at multiple layers across society. You would have, for those of you who were there at the closing session of Raisina yesterday, might have heard me mention that in the journey to Viksit Bharat 1947, our objective of making India a developed country by 1947, DPI was one of the main planks of that project. Now, I don't know how many of you are already familiar with the DPI, and there are, I can see already, a number of people in this room who are far more knowledgeable than I on the mechanics of DPI, and they'll be speaking to you shortly. But in brief, digital public infrastructure refers to digital systems and platforms that enable the delivery of services, enable data exchange, and support digital governance across various sectors. And it has been India's endeavor to build and cooperate on safe, trusted, secure, accountable, and inclusive digital public infrastructure, which is respectful of human rights, of personal data, of the security of data, of the privacy of data, and of intellectual property rights. And this we have done both through our own success story domestically in terms of popularizing the use and uptake of DPI, as well as through our development partnerships with our friends in our neighborhood and further afield across the global south. India started its DPI journey back in 2009, and since then, these ideas have been translated into phenomenal numbers. Today, the digital public infrastructure in India facilitates more than 90 million Know Your Customer transactions every day through the Aadhaar system, which some of you might be familiar, is the world's largest biometric identification system. The payment facility, which is through UPI, which the speakers here will speak about. Every day, 16 billion transactions happen through, every month, 16 billion transactions happen through UPI. More than half the electronic payment transactions across the world happen in India alone. There are more than 9.2 billion documents that are currently available on an app called DigiLocker, which is an electronic application contained on your mobile phones, personal devices, that contain the important documents of Indians. So you don't need to now carry around your physical documents. You can keep them on your phone, and they're accepted as such once they can be accessed from that platform by the authorities concerned. And all of these together have enabled good governance by making service delivery faceless, cashless, and paperless. The social outcomes that have been unleashed by this digital transformation are even more profound. Since 2016, one of the applications of this infrastructure, which is direct benefits transfer, which is the welfare service deliveries from governments at central and state levels to beneficiaries across the country. Since 2016, nearly 450 schemes of the central and state governments have been converted to this electronic platform, and more than nearly a billion people have benefited from them. Nearly $450 billion has been transferred through this electronic platform, and this accounts for 60% of the social scheme expenditure of the government of India. We saw the benefits of digital public infrastructure in full flow, especially during COVID. During the pandemic, nearly $9.3 billion were deposited in the accounts of 420 million beneficiaries using the direct benefits transfer system, thus, in a sense, bringing the state to the citizens' doorstep for effective service delivery. As you can imagine, the DBT system has not only eliminated pilferage, but has also resulted in accelerating financial inclusion with the opening of more than 540 million bank accounts through a scheme known as the Prime Minister Jan Dhan Yojana, which has been coupled with the unique identity system, Aadhaar, and the mobile phone as the instrument. Taken together, Jan Dhan, Aadhaar, and mobile are known in India as the JAM trinity, and this represents the world's largest financial inclusion program. Now, what about international partnerships? We've always believed that any schemes or any programs or any innovations that we develop internally can and should be taken to our partners and friends across the globe. And therefore, in the case of DPI2, India has been sharing its experiences and its expertise with our partner countries. And thus far, 19 countries have entered into agreements and understandings with India on the India Stack, which is this collection of applications that powers our digital public infrastructure. The payment system, which is UPI, is now operational in 7 countries for cross-border transactions. And these applications have been deployed and enabled in, amongst others, Namibia, Peru, and Trinidad and Tobago. We've also led by making CoWIN, which was an application to register during COVID, especially to register the vaccination status of people. And as a result of that, more than 2 billion vaccination certificates have been issued. Again, there are partners involved in it, nearly half a dozen countries that came together with us in this effort. Now, as we showcase and share our capabilities with the world, it is also important that we foster resilience, we garner greater public trust, and provide for holistic digital governance solutions. And therefore, as we go forward, the need is to create common specifications, to create standard protocols, enable easy interoperability, essentially solutions that are globally acceptable, inclusive, secure, and designed to respect the privacy of individuals. And these were also the principles that inspired the G20 New Delhi Declaration on Digital Public Infrastructure. So I would say that we intend to work in a collaborative manner with partner countries to address their respective needs and challenges in the adoption of DPI. India is ready to put resources on the table, both in terms of financial resources, human resources, and technological resources. Our advocacy involves the promotion of safe and trusted and inclusive digital public infrastructure that emphasizes innovation. And it's not just a question of providing a ready-made package, it's also a question of developing capacity in the partner countries, assessing their readiness for the implementation of these projects, and then to implement them jointly. The Ministry of External Affairs has taken the lead in this, together with the Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology. You will hear today about the efforts to involve civil society as well as the private sector in this, that are relevant to this effort. And DPI is also increasingly, for us, a focus area of conversation, as Samir mentioned, in our discussions with countries in the global north who are seeing the value of this particular innovation. We are convinced that just as the public digital architecture of India has transformed the way that an increasing number of Indians access services, with savings in cost, increases in efficiency, while also ensuring safety and security of data and privacy of personal information, that same transformation is waiting to happen in several other geographies on the planet. In fact, nowadays it is the rigor for visiting ministers and VIPs to execute at least one DPI transaction through using UPI enabled on their phone. I very much hope that Samir and his intrepid band of organizers have made arrangements for all of you to experience the power of UPI before you leave this conference. I would just like to end by saying that India is more than a willing contributor in helping realize this digital future for the world, but a digital future with a difference where the development of applications is public and is transparent and is not private and only aimed at the bottom line. Thank you all very much.